What's going on, guys? Mirai here. Hope you guys are doing well. Now, update 1.3 has been out for a couple of days, and as you guys might or might not know, I have switched my main DPS from Diluc to Xiao, and I'm enjoying using Xiao a lot. He does a lot of damage, and his playstyle is really fun for me. However, it does come at some costs. So today's video is going to be about the pros and cons of using Xiao as your main DPS, and hopefully this video will provide you more insight for those who are still on the fence regarding pulling him. Also, if you've already gotten Xiao, I've made a video regarding his build, team, and also a DPS showcase, so do check that out. I'll link it somewhere here for you guys. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into it. We'll start with the things that Xiao is good at, and of course, the first thing that is going to be here is his damage. If you guys have checked out my DPS showcase video, you will know that he does an insane amount of damage. Right now, my Xiao is at level 80 with a level 80 Primordial Jade Spear, and his elemental skills have hit 30,000 damage, and his plunges went up to about 40,000. And the craziest part about this is that he does not need insane constellations to be able to dish out tons of damage, so he doesn't break your wallet. Most of his constellations are quality of life improvements, and I really think that for free-to-play players, Xiao really packs a punch even at Constellation 0. Also, the other good thing about him is that because he is a Nemo, he doesn't require any long setup or specific elements to do that insane amount of damage because he does not depend heavily on elemental reactions. Now, if you guys realize, a lot of the characters do a lot of damage with the right elements, but when they're on their own, their damage drops significantly. With Xiao, that is not the case. Unless you're fighting enemies resistant to Anemo damage, you're always going to get that same insane amount of damage, and that is really nice. The last thing that I want to talk about is his mobility. Now, this might or might not be a big thing for you guys, but man, I absolutely love his mobility. Being able to dash with his E is really good for him. You're able to not only avoid damage from enemies with his dash, but at the same time deal damage to enemies. And his E hits for a lot of damage. So having this skill is really nice in my opinion because you're able to avoid damage, which is a really big issue which I'll cover later, and also at the same time return a lot of that damage while avoiding these skills. Alright, next let's move on to the not so good parts about him, and there are two, although they're sort of linked to each other. The first one is that although he doesn't require setups to do a lot of damage, he does require a certain team composition to not only make full use of his kit, but also characters to protect him from basically killing himself with his elemental burst. Now, if you look at my team, I have put Zhongli and also Jean so that they will be able to protect him. You cannot put him in a team without healing, he definitely will die. The shield is also pretty important because taking damage on this guy, especially while he's on his Q, is just extremely risky. So this means that unless you have certain characters to be able to take care of this suicidal Yaksha, you might as well use something that is more independent. The next one is that he's not good for co-ops. If you're a Xiao main and you're thinking of using him in co-op with your friends, you can basically forget about it. Two-man co-ops are fine, although you still have to bring your own healer, but if you're only able to use one character and you choose to use Xiao, you'll most likely die. Because of the healing and protection that Xiao requires, he's not going to be good for co-op because nobody is going to be taking care of you in co-op. Nobody is going to be staring at your HP the entire time. I've used him in co-op to a certain degree of success, but that's usually two men where I'm able to bring either a Barbara or a Jean to take care of myself. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's definitely harder than most main DPSs. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the pros and cons of Xiao. I hope this video has helped you a little bit more if you're still on the fence about pulling him. If you do have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you've liked this video, please do consider subscribing and also checking out my other videos or streams. You can catch my stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on YouTube. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a good day. Peace.